Hi guys, so today I'm gonna show you what kind of makeup products I bought here in the United States over the last year. I was asking you guys, so you would give me some suggestions because as you know, my channel is more about the techniques, but when it comes to the products themselves, I don't have tons of products and I didn't have a chance to test loads of products, you know? I'm just stick to what I have and I just use it and use it for a long time unless it of course expires or unless it finishes. And I'm really sticking to same products from time to time, and because it was very often when I was trying new products I didn't like them, so I kind of go back to the old ones that worked for me. The makeup industry, actually, as any other industry, is now developing so fast. So probably every several months you get something new, some new technology. Something is slightly overhyped, it kind of fades away, and then new products come out, and many new products become our favorite products, your favorite products, and other YouTubers' favorite products. I'm the one who likes watching other YouTubers when they test the makeup products, and I'm the one who subscribed to several girls, which I like how they talk about how they test it, and I feel like they're telling just the truth, telling their feelings and stuff, what's happening with the makeup. So you guys wrote me loads of suggestions on what to get. I asked you some questions and many of you suggested me many things, and many things actually matched to my personal research. Some of you who watch all my videos, you probably know that in March 2020, me and my husband, we moved to the United States. I got a special visa, an artist visa of my music. The visa itself, it took pretty long time. I think it took us like a year and a half. I knew that I will soon immigrate, so I didn't want to buy loads of new products. So I was using my older products. I was waiting when I move because doesn't make sense to carry all that stuff with me there. So I just was thinking I will finish most of it in Russia, including my wardrobe, my shoes, and stuff for my hair and my skincare routine too. First, my purchase was very dumb because I was very much in a hurry and I bought this Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Top Push-Up Lashes. I don't know if you guys tried that. To me, that is all underneath my eyes right away. It's both flaking and smudging. Mostly it was smudging. It was smudging so much from just the beginning when I just uploaded, and it doesn't matter if it was in a hot environment or in a cool environment, and it's pretty expensive. It was 30 bucks. I don't know, that was very spontaneous purchase because I was just passing by this beautiful stand with that makeup and I was like, I need a mascara, and then I was like, why am I always buying cheap mascaras? I need to treat myself with something more expensive, more luxurious. And I heard that people were talking about Charlotte Tilbury's makeup, and I like her. Like, I think she's very nice, and I know how much people love her overall products. And I never ever did the research before for last 2-3 years about mascaras. I didn't do the research. So, and before I was using like Maybelline and stuff, and actually that worked very good. I liked them, but I just wanted something even better. I wanted to try even something even better. So I bought these and it just smudges like shit. So I don't recommend this one, unfortunately. So after I bought this, and I still use that, I still had to use it. I would use it underneath another different mascara that would not smudge, just to use it because it's an expensive product, and I couldn't return it because I just flew away to the Caribbean for a couple of months, so I couldn't return it. Then I started researching on foundations, and during the day I try not to use foundation. I don't like it. I don't like the feeling of it on my skin, and sometimes I don't wear any makeup and sometimes I do a little bit. But for my filming and for my concerts, I really need a good foundation that is with a very bright light, looks good. My skin doesn't shine through. It should be mattifying. It should be pretty thick layer, but at the same time it shouldn't look like I have tons of makeup on my skin, and it should act pretty good underneath the powder. And I was researching about foundations, and first, as far as I ran out of all my foundations that I had at the time, as soon as we came here to the United States, we went to the mall and I decided to buy 2 MAC foundations, the ones that I had been using for last 5 or 6 years, just in case, because I needed to have something just in case some new foundations, when I buy them and I try them on, they just don't work on me. So I would have my proven MAC foundations. The reason why I wanted to switch from MAC foundations is because they were giving me breakouts, but I think I just didn't cleanse my skin correctly. So that will be another subject for another videos. We're gonna talk about skincare and just body care products in one of my next videos. But for now, I needed something that worked for me perfectly. So I bought the light shade and darker shade. The light shade is NC15 and darkest shade is NC30. So I mixed them because I have a different kind of tan situation right now. So I bought those two, and I bought these dispensers separately. Another two products that I bought is also MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, NC30 and NC20, also lighter version and darker version. They also just look so good on camera. And when I adjust colors, you know, I do color correction sometimes when after I film, when I edit my videos. So with color correction, with making my videos much lighter, I like to give it a little bit boost of light. So this is what I'm doing. I just like when my videos are lighter. So that foundation and that concealer, they just look very good, and my skin doesn't shine through, and it is pretty mattifying and it looks great on the camera. Other foundations, they don't give me that, and my skin is shining through still. During the day, other foundation can look amazing, but as soon as I make this light very bright on my face, and when I edit the videos, I can see even some discolorations of my skin shining through, even though the foundation has a very thick layer, even when my foundation is pretty full coverage. Unfortunately, yeah, it's pretty strong, it's pretty chemical, so I would not dare to use it every day, but for my videos I didn't find anything better yet. I looked for many videos about dupes for MAC foundation. I decided to try Maybelline matte foundation, looks like this, and L'Oreal matte foundation that looks like this. I tried them both, and I liked them both. Maybelline gave me shine right away. It's very funny. I was shiny right away. My skin is not very oily. L'Oreal foundation, this one, it gave me more matte finish, and I loved it during the day. But during the day I don't wear foundations, so I kind of didn't use it. And then once I did use it for one of my videos, and for some reason with a bright light it did show not very uniform surface of my face. And you know, sometimes when you pick matte foundation, it's not only you're picking it for making your face less shiny, not only because you have oily skin and you just want to eliminate shine, because lately that shine of the face, that healthy glow, it looks pretty good, natural, and it's very much on trend lately, last several years. They like to control shine, like oiliness of their skin with these matte foundations. But for some women, they use these mattifying foundations to make the surface of their face smoother looking, more flat looking, not so bumpy and volumized. Some women have large pores. Some women have, like for example, I have just swollenness. I don't have bumps on my skin, but I have swollenness like here or here. So sometimes when I get shiny, I don't mind this shine. I like this shine. It's just giving me that glow. But for some reason in that areas, it just shows the bumpiness of the skin if I'm, for example, puffy. So those two foundations don't do it for me with the bright light. Now, powders. That's another different subject, you know, because translucent powders and loose powders, they are great for making the makeup. But when I'm filming, when I feel hot, when there's a lamp shining on my face, or when I'm performing, there's a lot of movements of the face, I'm sweating, and it all starts moving, right? So, but I personally, again, I need powder not to set up my makeup. That for this too, of course, but sometimes foundations are such a good quality lately that they don't melt on your face. Even with that, even if you use the powder just to set up your foundation, that's great. But then I start shining very much, and again, everybody can see all those bumps. So basically what happens is any powder that I use, I put it on my face, and first several minutes it looks like a powder. Then it starts looking as a foundation. It just becomes a foundation finish. It's looking like a cream on my face, but not, it's just that powdery effect it disappears. And again, as I said, my skin is not oily. It's pretty dry, but that's what's happening. I have pretty large pores, maybe that's why. Maybe in some areas it's just more oily, but that's why. And I was trying to find a good powder, and of course my powders, like, again, they're wonderful and they look very good on the skin, but I need touch up all the time sometimes when I'm filming. And during the day, again, I don't use any powder. Sometimes when I go out, this is the best thing. Like L'Oreal mattifying foundation, and with this Laura Mercier translucent powder or MAC translucent powder, they are both amazing and they look great on the skin when I go out to a party, when I need to have a makeup, good beautiful makeup, but when I know that people are gonna see me right here. With the lighting situation, with my performances, that's a different thing. So I need something bulletproof, very thick and very, very, very matte. So I bought this MAC Studio Fix powder C3. It's a powder foundation. So I asked them, what is the mattest that you have? And she said, that is very matte. And then she said, most of the people, they get a setting spray along with this powder just to set it up, and then it will look not like a powder but like skin. And I told her, no, I need it on contrary. All the powders that I use, they look like skin after that. But all I need is just the powderish effect as long as possible. So she said, yeah, this one. I like this powder. It is great. The way it comes on skin, how thick it is, it has color and it really mattifies. But in several minutes, it turns into foundation on my skin again. And you know what I noticed? Sometimes drugstore, very cheap products, they work so much better than those new and very innovative and very expensive products. So this is to my best friends when I talk about the filming. I was trying to find something new, I was trying to research. I can't buy all the powders and then try them on and then return it. During this year, I bought several powders, just tried them when I was filming. Nothing worked, just this one worked. Too much powder. It looks too much during the day. It dries you out so bad, but it's the only one that just powders it. And it stays for a pretty long time. And just recently, today, I made a test. So on one face, I put the MAC Studio Fix powder, and then on the other half I put this one stayed matte, and this one became shiny like a foundation finish in several minutes. If you know something similar to these ones, or even more powderish, it doesn't have to have any light reflecting particles, it doesn't have to shine, it has to be like super duper old-fashioned, old school, like powder. So if you know something like this, please let me know in the comments, guys. Also, I finally bought good brushes. Before I had very, very, very cheap, like Chinese kit of brushes, and the bristles were falling down. But I knew that eventually I will get good, nice brushes that would just not damage my skin. Because recently I started noticing that some brushes that are not very good quality, they just start rubbing your skin. They give you skin, they're not soft enough. And even though I love MAC 217 brush, my favorite brush for eyeshadow, how well it is blending the crease, I haven't seen any better brush for that purpose. But still, I just feel it's rubbing my skin on my eyes. So sometimes I use it, sometimes I use something else. But I bought very good brushes. I was thinking about Between Makeup Forever. I love their brushes. When I see them in a shop, I try them on always. And Bobbi Brown brushes, I also like them. So I bought Bobbi Brown several brushes, but I need several more brushes, like several more shapes. Or I forgot, there are Real Techniques brushes that I actually adore, and I think they are as good as these ones. And they are very, very cheap. So this is another possibility that probably will buy additional shapes that I need from Real Techniques. So I will have that collection. It's not large. I don't want to have large collection, but I just need every brush for every purpose. So I will show you what I got of Bobbi Brown, and I like those shapes, particular shapes, and I like the quality. So it's full coverage touch up. It's a synthetic brush which just looks like this. It's for concealer, just conceal some areas or just apply some foundation at some places. Then I have Eye Smudge brush. Looks slightly like a pencil brush, but normally pencil brushes are more stiff and more thin. And this one is, you see, more fluffy and rounded slightly. So it's a very comfortable one. And they're so soft. Full coverage face. This small buffing brush that I sometimes use for my foundation. Sometimes I use Beauty Blender and sometimes I use this one. Face blender brush. I use it for several purposes. Sometimes I just do some powder touch-up. Sometimes I just do my bronzer or contouring powder on the sides, something like this. This one is blush brush. I don't use blush. I'm not a blush person. Look how fluffy it is. It's slightly flat on one side and it's bigger on the other side. I love this brush, and I have a pretty big face, big cheeks, so sometimes when I need some soft contouring, just applying something darker on my cheeks on the sides, I use this one. I also sometimes apply some darker powder there, and also it's great for just powdering the center of your face, especially powdering with translucent powders. It's amazing. And this one is bronzer brush, but I use it again for many things. I don't use bronzer, so sometimes I use just the side of it like that just to apply on the sides of my face, some contouring, or again for powdering my face. So sometimes I just need several of those brushes just to touch up lighter areas and darker areas. So I use those brushes. That's it with the brushes. Red lipstick. Remember I told you that I'm gonna buy MAC Ruby Woo because I had a tiny tester before and I loved that so much. And I bought it, but I like small lipsticks, tiny lipsticks, because this is a travel size, so it's like a cheap one. And it's like a retro red color. I'm not a lip person, especially for every day. I'm more like an eye person, and sometimes I just do, you know how I do lips for most of my videos. I just use half red MAC lip pencil and that's it. That's my favorite one. I use it all the time. This one, sometimes I like to do red lips, sometimes when I'm singing on some concerts, or rarely when I go out somewhere, I rarely wear something like this. Mostly it's for videos and for concerts. So this for me is the best, and also it's the most universal color, I think. And the way it is lying on the lips, it's matte and it's so thin. It goes, and it's so pigmented. So it's just one layer. You don't see the cream. You don't see the creaminess of it. You don't see the lipstick itself. You see your lips that are just changing color as if it's on Photoshop. It's very weird. I haven't been buying lipsticks for, I think, 10 years. Another funny thing, you know, when I was doing a lot of research about the mascara, and I was very upset about that mascara that was always smudging, so I was doing a lot of research. And my ideas were trying something from Benefit, because many people were saying that Benefit mascaras are pretty good, they're not smudging and are not flaking. So I was thinking about buying something from Benefit, and Better Than Sex Too Faced mascara. Also, many people said that it's so good. But then I found another video that said that there's a great dupe for Better Than Sex mascara, which is much cheaper, which is Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. So the funny thing happened next. I bought this Lash Paradise by L'Oreal and I tried it and I liked it. It was the first time that I liked that something was not smudging and not was flaking it. Now I still use it every day. This is my everyday mascara and I love it so much, and it's so cheap. Like, I bought it just in Walmart here. And I bought this next day. I went to my friend and she said, I have some makeup products that I just don't use, and I give it to you and you just decide if you want to use it or you want to throw them away. I was like, yeah, of course, you can give me whatever you have, because I love testing new products, because I'm just looking for that. And she gave me a bunch of Benefit mascaras and Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. She gave me all of them that I was researching about, and I tried them all and I actually liked them all. There was just one mascara with this pink cap that was smudging for me more. But all these mascaras are great. And Better Than Sex, this small version, I don't know, maybe there are different versions, but I can say that this one is slightly smudging for me and slightly flaking. Not as much as that first one, Charlotte Tilbury one, Pillow Talk, not as much as that one. That one is just the queen of smudging. This one is not that much, but when I compare that to this Lash Paradise is so much cheaper and it just wins it for me. So you see, it's very funny. Another thing that my friend gave me as a present is Stila waterproof liquid eyeliner, color dark brown. And it is really waterproof. And I like that the color is dark brown. But before I was thinking, what's the difference, black or dark brown? It's just you don't see the difference much. So why would I buy a brown one? No, there is a big difference. For the daytime, I think the brown one, it just looks like less like a makeup. So it's softer, it's much softer. So sometimes if you don't wear that full face makeup, for example, you have naked skin and you just want to line your eyes just a little bit, the brown version is much better than the black one. Of course, it depends on your coloration. If you're like very contrasted or you have like a darker skin color, of course that would be cool if you wear black. But for girls like me with lighter skin, I think for us, black, especially that liquid black, they can accentuate some larger pores, accentuate some discoloration on the face if we don't wear any face makeup during the day. But the brown one, I noticed that it doesn't do that. It's just very soft. So I really enjoy this one, and it's like a presence. Really enjoy using this for every day too, and it's very fast. I just do line and line. And another funny story, just before my friend gave me those mascaras as a present, I ordered Thrive mascara because when I researched about it, they said it's not flaking and it's not smudging and it's just a very good natural mascara and blah blah blah, and there's so many benefits and stuff. And I also ordered that Thrive waterproof black eyeliner. This one appeared to be not very waterproof, to be honest. It is not smudging from my upper lid, which is great, but I'm still testing it. I don't understand. It doesn't seem waterproof to me. So when I apply it on my waterline, my eyes, sometimes when I blink, it just becomes patchy. So that's the only problem with this, but I'm still testing it. It has this rubber end, so I would blend it, smudge it. So it's good, so I keep it. And this mascara, my other friend, she has had this Thrive mascara. She said I can try hers and see how it works for me. So I tried hers and I liked it very much. I was wearing it. I liked how it's sitting on my lashes. I liked how my lashes looked. First of all, they looked more kind of lifted all day long. They looked more doll-like lashes, like very pretty. It kind of like stick to every lash till the very end, if that makes sense. All my lashes were kind of very accentuated with this one. And I was wearing the whole day, and sometimes I had a couple of flakes, but these flakes are big because it's like a rubber. It's holding every lash, and then you wash it off with warm water and it comes off as like separate lashes of your own. So that's another cool thing. And I do think that in the past several years, the technology really made a big step forward. I can tell, because I haven't been shopping for makeup for several years. So some of the products, they really make a huge difference. And so I ordered this one and I didn't unpack it yet. So I will just keep it and I won't open it until I just finish all those mascaras that I now have. Now, if you watched my channel before, you know that this is my favorite contouring palette, Kat 1D, and you see that it's almost finished. And this is the old one, and you can see the package. The package was, before it was just a carton with magnets here, and then the letters were slightly coming forward on this carton, but not too much. And it's also dirty because it's an old one. Like I have it for last, I don't know, 5 years. I've used it and I almost finished it. And when I was researching about this, I was trying different kinds, and I was trying some cream contouring sticks. None of the colors fitted me. So that was the only option that I could go for, buy a new Kat 1D one. So now she changed the packaging. It's now plastic. It opens like a plastic, not like a carton with a magnet. It opens like a plastic, and then it has, the letters are prominent now. Very nice change. I'm glad that the colors didn't change. Like I was scared, you know, sometimes over the years they change the colors. So I have a little bit of left of my colors, so I could match. And they are exactly the same, and I couldn't even say that this formula is better. It's thicker, but the colors are the same. And I would say even this color is a bit better, because before this one was a bit orangey. It's like a warm middle color, but now it's more to the grayish side. So it also is good when you're tan. if you have lighter tan skin, that would be good for contouring too, and for warming up your face too. This one for very light skin, this one, but I use this too. I use sometimes this one to contour my nose. Even when I'm so tanned, I still use this one for contouring my nose. So yeah, I didn't find any better contouring product yet, but I didn't try all of them, of course. I tried Anastasia Beverly Hills, I tried MAC, I tried NYX, I tried some cheaper brands too, I tried some drugstore brands, but this is so far the best one that I had. You might think that this is just so many colors and you will only use like 2 of them. Maybe, yes, if your skin is always same color, it never gets darker or lighter. Let's say you're super light, probably you will never need those darkest shades. But it's funny because when I'm tan, I'm using this shade. For example, today I'm using this shade on my cheeks there, and then I'm using this shade too here, and then I'm using this shade for my nose, and then I'm using all 3 of those too. This one is like peach color, so it slightly goes here for me. I just play with them. So I personally, my skin gets pretty light in winter like that, and I'm like that in summer. So to me, that is super helpful. It has everything that I need. If you are much darker or much lighter than me, then probably you will only need just one section of it. So you probably can just look for something more specific for you, for yourself. And I have 2 last products to show you. Touche Éclat Yves Saint Laurent. Very, very famous product. Again, if you subscribe to my channel for a long time, you know that I adored Sephora yellow concealer that is pretty similar to this one, but that one was just my favorite of favorites. And they discontinued it. So for some time I didn't use that, but this is the only product that I use on my face during the day. This is my everyday concealer. This is the only concealer, it's not even a concealer because it's not that thick. It's just maybe like foundation or concealer, I don't know. But I use it every day or almost every day or from time to time, just by my nose, on the outer corners of my eyes, here, a little bit by my nose, sometimes here, or whenever I have some redness on my face sometimes. And this is the only one that I don't feel on my face, and I don't feel my face is not breathing, and I don't feel uncomfortableness on my skin. I just don't feel it. I feel like it's my regular skin, and it's very moisturizing, I think, too. So I think this is an amazing product for every day, and I never use it for my videos. I just don't need to. For my videos I just use, or for my concerts, I use very thick one, full coverage one, but this one is my everyday. And last but not least, Brow Blade Urban Decay. Probably many of you guys also know about this one. My color is Neutral Nana, and this is the color that I have now on my brows. I like my brows be a little bit darker, so as my roots sometimes on my hair, now they're not as dark as I want them to be, but I just need to tone them. But just in general, yeah, I like my roots slightly darker, and my color probably would be like neutral brown color. Not very greenish, not very taupe, not very grayish, but not very orangey as well. And not super dark, not super light. So it's just very, very much in the middle pencil. But I think other shades that they have are very, very good. Blonde one is amazing. It has such a taupe color with even slightly greenish tint to it, with slightly olive tint to it. I haven't been using new brow products over the last 5 years. The last one that I bought was Benefit Brow Pomade, and they discontinued it. Smudging, it was disappearing from my brows as I was sweating and stuff like that, and it was actually not very cheap. Again, I just tried it in the shop and I liked it. And I bought this and I've been using it for 5 years. You know, recently I started watching a lot of videos and I realized how thorough girls are nowadays about their brows. It's like several years ago, remember when the brows became a thing, you know? So women started making their brows very thick, intense, and very solid. They did some gradients at the beginning and in the end, but just the body of the brow itself was very solid, and they were just coloring it with pencil or something like that. But then it became a big thing to make their brows naturally fluffy. Then it became microblading technique. Then not everybody wanted to do that microblading in the salon because it was too expensive, and it's still not perfect because some colors just disappear in some time and you end up with green brows or with orange brows and stuff like that. Or it's a cutting your actual skin. And another reason is it just comes off in some time. You always now have to do it, and there are many imperfections yet in this technology. So women started looking for something new. And then I remember several years ago some brands started doing this microblading pans, so women would be able to do the same thing at home. And then women started asking for something waterproof, or something like a stain, like a tint, something that would stay on their skin for longer, and they would not have to go to a salon to do it. So women really started caring about this type of products. So I never tried it. I watched so many videos about how girls do those little strokes with those waterproof pencils, and they just show how these pencils don't come off and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? Even though I sometimes use my brown eyeshadow for my brows, I almost always lately was using my brown eyeshadows for my brows. I was like, I just want some brow product of the new technology. I just want to see how that works. I just want to try it. And it changed my brow game completely. And this is the reason why I like doing makeup now every day. Not like full makeup. All I do every day now, especially when I go out somewhere, is I do my brows and my lashes, and sometimes liner, and that's it. It's not smudging, and it stays all day long on my face, and in the evening I just look same, which tells me how much the technology has been developed in the last years. And I'm actually very glad, and actually probably this is one of the reasons why I didn't want to wear makeup before, because all the products that I had, they just didn't last. So it was a mess on my face in about, like, I don't know, a couple of hours, especially if it was hot outside or wet or something else. But now I love it so much. And this one, it has a pencil on one side, and sometimes, especially my brows are very light and very sparse. When I draw my brow completely like that and then just color it completely like that, it doesn't look like it was made with a marker. It doesn't look like a real solid tattoo color still, because again of the special technology of those pencils. Even now, you see, I'm trying to make this very unnatural brow. I'm just trying to draw it very roughly, as if I would draw it with those old-fashioned brow pencils. Remember them? Very thick, almost same as for our eyes. Yeah, like very thick and very oily. It's impossible, you see. So it's almost impossible to draw your like solid brow with this one, even though I'm trying. So this is what I do for my brows. I'm just drawing around, and then I'm coloring it all over, and I'm just doing it a bit less at the beginning of my brow. And with the right color, I can tell you even that would work if you don't want to do every stroke by stroke. And it does look pretty nice and natural. And on the other side, and actually this pencil is waterproof, it says. This one, it's a pen, it's ink stain, so it stains your skin. It's not very waterproof, but at the same time it's pretty stable, I can tell you. So it just gives that strokes. And I sometimes also do same stuff with this one, or I just add some strokes. I'm pretty excited. So I have my new products here. In one of my next videos, I'm going to show you some self-care products that I bought, actually from some of your suggestions, guys, skincare things. And I've been watching for several dermatologists channels, probably the same ones as you guys watch. And I would just want to thank you for participating, because really a lot of stuff that I have was from your suggestions, and I like it. I would rather believe you, because you're not selling anything. It's not beneficial to you to sell this product. You're not getting anything from that. You just liked it yourself. So I would rather believe you than to somebody who's selling something. You know, not always, but thank you so much, guys, for watching. And I'll see you very soon. And please let me know what exactly you want to hear from me in my next videos. And I will definitely make a video about this. So I'm making like a little selfish series on my alyart channel where I'm talking about me, myself, my procedures, my finds, what I do, what I bought, and things like that. Alright, that's it. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye. Subscribe on my Pinterest for 13 boards as an inspiration for the body types. Also, you can subscribe on my Instagram. All the links I'm gonna leave down below. Also, you can become my sponsor or subscribe on my Patreon for some exclusive videos, some early access to these videos, and just if you want to support me and my channel. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.